Hey guys, I have a different kind of video for you today. I'm going to show you different fire starters. Assuming you have wood like that and a nice dry place to start, you have an air gap there, and this here is maple. It's the same wood as that. It's like what you would get in a bundle if you're at a campground. And then this is cedar shake siding, and that is very helpful sometimes. Alright, so this here I've had sitting for about a week. The temperature's been right close to zero. The wind chills have been below zero, but I don't know that the temperature actually went below zero. But we're going to break this up and see how it works. So there's the blackbeard, there's the fatwood, there is birch bark, fire starting stick, and this is Gorilla Tape. To be the most fair that we can be, we're going to use a lighter rather than ferrule rod. It's probably what most people would use. Everything's full of snow. So I'm going to take the blackbeard. This is where I had it before. I just put Gorilla Tape on it, which is probably a good idea.
And I kind of just started talking about a lot of random things. But look at how much water was in the blackbeard.
Alright, I think it's the wind.
So I got the camera set up, but it never focused correctly. But I do think we're able to capture everything that went on. Alright, so look at that flame. It's right on it, right there, for a little while. And it never lights at all. I think there's just way too much water in it.
Did not light.
So that was the end that I lit before. So
try it again.
I tried it again here, but I ended up flipping it around and opening up the new end, and there was a lot less ice formed in it, but there's still lots of water left on the plywood after I cut it.
So the actual recommended use is to cut it like this. Maybe we should do that. And then try to squeeze out some of the water. We'll squeeze some more out. I think it will light if you hold it on long enough, but I want to show you this.
So using fatwood, it's pretty simple. You just shake it off and it's basically as dry as it was when you first bought it. And if you scrape off the outer edge, there's for sure any of the moisture that was on it goes off in that. And it's definitely my favorite product to use for lighting fires. And yeah, the flame barely even touches it and it takes right off. And with fatwood, not only does it burn wood above it, but it also burns all the way through. It burns the bottom, a lot of other things. You have to kind of stir it around and keep adding things to the top of it to keep your fire going, but not fatwood. Yep, and there I am again trying to dry it out. I kind of just gave up and decided to use the other side again. But this time it seemed like because it was in a little bit further, or there's a little bit less moisture in it. So when I went to squeeze it out, it didn't seem like there's quite as much moisture in it. But it still didn't light very well. So you can see when it lights, it'll burn like the few little hairs above it, and then it kind of just dies out. And then even when I poke at it with my knife and try to bring material up back to the top of it, and so that it lights it, it still just kind of just puts it out. Yeah, I just barely touched it with my knife, and then the whole thing went out. So the way I'd recommend using that is first getting some birch bark, and then you could use the Blackbeard as kind of a bird's nest. So when I put some of it on, you can start hearing, you can hear the water sizzling and the Blackbeard drying out. You see all the white smoke. And this was the fire starting stick, and as you can see, it's pretty much useless. So I tried shaving some of it off, but even the shavings didn't light. They're just completely soaked. It's basically just cardboard with wax on it.
So I think still my preferred method is fat wood. It lights so much easier, and it's so dense that there's no way that water can get on the inside of that. It's perfectly dry, even after being out in the ice for